Hello and welcome to Tech Deals. Today I'm doing an overview and comparison between the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 and the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080. Who should consider these cards? What are they good for? That's what we're here to talk about. Briefly, let me give you the summary. If you want a game at 1440p resolution and you want to play all current games, and I do mean all, at ultra max detail at a smooth 60 frames per second, then the GTX 1070 is the card you want to buy. For $450, this thing is a beast of a performer and a very good value for the performance it delivers. Now, what about 4K gaming? That's what the 1080 is for. But let me put a small caveat in here. The 1080 will play all current games at 4K resolution, and it will do it at a smooth 60 frames per second, but not at ultra detail. Some games it will. Most games will have to be turned down from ultra to high. To give you a specific example, Fallout 4 on a GTX 1080 at ultra detail at 4K resolution will be in the 45 to 50 frames per second range. But if you turn the detail from ultra down one notch to high, it'll average 60 frames per second. So it's just a matter of, are you willing to just turn those details down a little bit from ultra to game at 60 frames per second at 4K? If so, GTX 1080 is your card. Now, what if you say, but wait a minute, I want to play at ultra max detail. I want greater than 60 frames per second. No problem, buy two of them, put them in your machine in an SLI configuration. What is that? Well, you can buy two of these cards, and with the appropriate motherboard, most normal motherboards won't support it. You have to have a high-end board. You can put two of these cards together and actually bridge them with a bridge connector, and they will run together to accelerate the performance of your games. But keep in mind that in terms of value for your money, this is a pretty poor deal. This is a $650 graphics card. It will run games at high detail at 4K. To turn the notch one higher to ultra requires you buy a second $650 graphics card. I don't know about you, but a small change to graphic details for $650 strikes me as a poor deal. Now, of course, if you are independently wealthy and have all the money in the world, then why are you watching this video? Go buy two of them and have fun, some of you may be in that position, knock yourself out. But for the rest of us, just buy one, it'll be just fine. Now, somebody is invariably going to say, wait a minute, why not buy two 1070s? And put them together in a machine in SLI. You can do that, right? Yes, you can, but I don't recommend it. Why? Because while two 1070s in SLI are faster than one 1080, not always, sometimes, yes, except, here's the thing, games have to have an SLI driver profile in the NVIDIA graphics drivers. Not all games scale the same way. Some games only get a 10 or 20% boost in performance from two cards. Some games get a 50 to 70% boost. The performance scaling is all over the place. Now, the 1080 is so close to 4K gaming at ultra detail to begin with that two of them together pushes it over the top, and it'll basically play all the major current games, no problem, ultra detail if you have two of them. The 1070 is not. The 1070 is going to be much further away from ultra detail at 4K, and the problem you run into is not all games will benefit from the SLI, and those that don't, you'll try to play them at 4K and be unhappy with the experience. If you have a nice big 4K monitor, and you are in the spending $1,000 on graphics cards, two 1070s is $900. If you're going to spend $900 on two 1070s, spend $1,300 and get two 1080s. It'll be a better experience. Most of you should just buy one card. Now, I just talked about 1440p gaming and 4K gaming. What about 1080p gaming? What about normal full HD, good old standard full high definition? If you play games on one monitor at 1080p, I don't think you should buy either one of these. I really don't. What should you buy? An AMD RX 480. $200 for the 4 gigabyte version, which is actually, I think, all anybody needs, but if it bothers you, spend the $240 and get the 8 gigabyte version. It'll probably give you a little bit more longevity in terms of playing games at higher textures and resolutions in the future. But for $200, the RX 480 is an incredible value performance option for 1080p gaming, and it's all you need. There's no need to spend more than that if you're just gaming at 1080p. I do have one on order, an RX 480. I will review it and do testing on it when it arrives, but unfortunately, FedEx hasn't delivered it yet, so it's not here. Now, I will be following this video up with performance testing of both of these cards, both in single installation as well as SLI. And yes, even though I don't recommend it, I am going to SLI two 1070s together. Why? Because at the end of the day, while I don't personally recommend it, it's your computer, your graphics cards, and your money. So I will do it to give you the results so you can see what happens, because at the end of the day, it's your choice as to what you do. So I will do these separately as individual cards, and then I will put two 1070s and two 1080s together, and I will test those as well. I will test them at 1440p, and I will test them at 4K, which will be my first 4K benchmarks, and those will be coming up probably in the next week or two. Speaking of which, if you are not a subscriber to my channel, please click the big red button right there below the video. And if you are, thank you very much. That's how you get free updates as to when new videos are coming out, such as the testing on these cards that are coming up, as well as that RX 480 that is coming soon. Now, briefly, multi-monitor gaming. All that I've been talking about so far is single monitor gaming. Multi-monitor gaming is where you take three monitors. It does work with two, but you're not going to game that way because your bezel will be in the middle. You put three monitors on your desk, and it basically gives you an ultra-wide gaming experience. This is actually how I game at home. I love ultra-wide gaming. It is really, really cool. But it does require a lot of graphics horsepower, and it does require a large enough desk to put your monitors on. If you want to game at 1080p times 3, in other words, if you have three 1080p monitors, then the GTX 1070 is the card I recommend. Why? Because it will give you a high level of detail, not ultra, but high, at smooth 60 frames per second on three 1080p monitors. If you do want to go to ultra, buy a 1080. Now, if you have three 1440p monitors, you definitely need a 1080, and you might need two of them in SLI. Because three 1440p monitors is over 10 million pixels. That's greater than 4K gaming. That is more challenging than 4K gaming. Medium detail is what you'll probably end up aiming for with three 1440p monitors and a GTX 1080. Some games will do high, to be sure, but some games you're going to have to adjust the detail a bit because you are in fact dealing with over 10 million pixels with three of those screens. Now, what if you want to do 4K gaming on three screens? We're not there yet. Even two of these in SLI are not going to do that very well. We just aren't there yet for three 4K monitors. It sounds great. The graphics horsepower is not there. Check back in a year. Maybe we'll be ready for it. So, did you like this video? Click like. Did you not? That's okay too. Remember to subscribe to my channel. It's the big huge red button right down there. You'll get notifications of all those upcoming videos I mentioned earlier. Questions, comments, thoughts, feedback, suggestions, those go in the comment section below the video. Tell me what you think. Did you agree with my conclusions? Do you disagree with them? Do you recommend something different? That's okay. Everyone has an opinion. You are certainly entitled to yours. As a final note, both of these cards will be listed in the video description below. I will link to both Amazon and Newegg. Now, these are the EVGA cards. Note, I will also link to the MSI, Gigabyte, and Asus cards as well down there, to the ones I recommend. If you look at these boxes, you'll see these are the superclocked versions of these cards. Each manufacturer makes a bunch of different models, but not every model is created equal. To use the 1080 as a simple example, EVGA makes 4 different versions of this card. They make the Founders Edition with the blower cooler. They make a reference version with this ACX 3.0 cooler. They make the Superclocked version, which is what's sitting in front of me. And then they make the For the Win Edition. The one I recommend that most of you buy is the Superclocked version, not the For the Win and not the reference. Now, that is true across all the companies. Each company usually makes between 3 to 5 different cards. The ones linked in the description are my recommendations. If you have any specific questions about those, by all means, post in the comment section below. As a final note, both the links to Amazon and Newegg are affiliate links. They do pay me a small commission, but they don't change your cost in any way. That is my primary funding source for these videos that I do. I did not receive these as free samples from either NVIDIA or EVGA. I did buy these with my own money, as I do everything on my channel. If you want to support me, if you want to see more videos, if you want to see me do more stuff, the best way to support me is to use the links in my description. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time.